What's up guys, macadii here. Now today I'm bringing you guys another team building video based around Nimbus, the Mega Altaria. Now, this is going to be for our current OU session that's going to be going on, and I would really appreciate it if you had any suggestions for the team and things like that, because once I've got your suggestions, I'm going to improve the team, and then the next 3 battles in our OU session will be using that team with your, your suggestions to improve it. So I'm building it live because you guys really enjoyed the Mega Sizzle one a couple of weeks ago, so I figured this would be quite a good one to go for. So we're going to go for a Dragon Dancing Mega Altaria with Return, Earthquake, Roost, and Dragon Dance. I decided on the Roost mainly because it's pretty bulky, sort of all round, and to have the ability to Roost, especially when you need to set up that turn to Dragon Dance, will be really useful, I think. The other option is the Fire Blast to get past Scissors and things like that. But to be honest, it still isn't particularly great because Scissors can still bullet punch you and things like that. So I decided to go for this set. As I said, I may change it up later on. So in terms of the EV spread, it's a bit of a funny one. I've got 184 in speed, which means at +1 I'm outspeeding base 115s, which includes Raikou and Starmie, that sort of thing. So I think that's quite a good speed tier to go for, and also obviously it outspeeds the Lati twins as well. We're going for 72 EVs in HP just because that was left over, and that extra little bit of bulk might make a bit of difference, especially when our health is so much lower than our defenses. We're also going to go for 252 Adamant in attack, just to really maximize that attack power. And I know 252 Timid is a sort of more common one with, 252 Jolly is more common with Mega Altarias. But I think going for a little bit less speed and a bit more bulk with Adamant, getting that extra 10% plus the 50% boost actually means this Altaria is hitting quite a bit harder than those sort of more standard sets. So I think I'm quite happy with the spread so far. So I know normally I have a look at the walls and try and see what I can build from, sort of build the walls around the Mega, but I think this time I've got an almost perfect partner for this, which is actually the Magnezone, because I know I used it in the last one, but as you could see, it actually did a lot of work, sort of clearing out the way for our Azumarill to sweep. Whereas at least, and sort of Nimbus works along the same sort of principle, and I think a Specs Magnezone is a really good way to go, because it means we can get rid of Ferrothorns, which stop us, we can get rid of Skarmories, which stop us, and also Scissors as well. So it's going to be really useful, I think, just to clear out those sorts of fairly common threats, and yeah, just be incredibly useful. So we're going to go for a Volt Switch, Thunderbolt. I don't know why it doesn't let you pick Thunderbolt, it's just stupid. And then Flash Cannon. And finally, not forgetting the Hidden Power Fire. Because the only other sort of thing that this Magnezone can't handle, because it's the spec set, is the Heatran. But obviously we've got Earthquake, so Heatran isn't going to be too much of a problem. So we're going to go for 252 in special attack, 252 in speed, with a Timid Nature to make sure we're outspeeding sort of defensive Mega Scissors, and sort of less, sort of bulkier Scissors as well. So, I think that's probably the best way to go from there. We can put 4 in special defense there. So I'm quite happy with that. We've got a fairly good sort of offensive Pokemon with a more supportive, but still very offensive, like Choice Specs Volt Switch is nothing to complain about there, especially with its special attack levels. So in terms of the defensive core, I was thinking of things that would work really well to counter sort of Nimbus's weaknesses. And one of the things that really sprung to mind that I've been really wanting to use for a while is Tentacruel. Because we can go for a Black Sludge set, and it's absolutely fantastic because it has access to T-Spikes, which is good to get some status going around on the opponent's team. So we're going to go for Clear Body there, because what that will also mean is that it was going to start netting a few KOs for Nimbus, sort of once the enemy starts to be sort of worn down from the T-Spikes. So we're going to go for a Toxic Spikes, Rapid Spin set. And I think we're going to go specially defensive on this, because there's quite a few physical walls that synergize really well with Tentacruel. We're going to go for Scald, and finally, I'm quite tempted by Acid Spray. I'm a big fan of Acid Spray, I must admit. Knockoff might be the other option, just to get rid of Pokemon's items and things like that. Because Acid Spray really works well on the Switch, but then, to be honest, if they're going to switch, you're either going to Rapid Spin or you're going to T-Spikes. So, Didn't realise it gets Swords Dance. That's quite interesting. Maybe that's going to be a thing in the future. We shall see, but not for this one. We need this to be a more supportive one. So looking at this, I can't really see much that's going to be useful. So maybe just Sludge Bomb is the way to go, because we can go for 252, 248 in there, with a, is it Calm? Yeah, we're going to need a Calm Nature there, with 0 IVs in special and attack, 0 IVs are automatic, just been put in there already, unless I already did it, and I don't think there's much need to invest in speed. I might actually invest a little bit in speed, 249, it's really difficult to know. I can't remember what sort of speed tiers I'm aiming for there. If you guys have any suggestions of what sort of speed tier I should be going for with the Tentacle, do let me know. I imagine it's probably going to be... Let's have a look at Excadrill. But I think I've almost got no chance. Yeah, I've got no chance of outspeeding Jolly Excadrill without a serious amount of speed investment. So, obviously, you can see we've got a bit of a ground weakness going on here. So it would be good to have a defensive wall that counters Tentacle's weaknesses. Let's have a look. I know from previous experience, Gliscors work really, really well. And I'm quite tempted to run that, actually. Because we're immune to Earthquake. We can get a bit of sort of more stalling going. I know I don't like stalling too much. But I think stalling... well, this is going to work really well with T-Spikes, because while we can run Toxic on here, just in case our T-Spikes aren't working, it means that we can really sort of whittle down the opponents, which means Nimbus is going to have a much easier time to sweep, because we can go for 248 in there. I'm going to invest in a bit of speed, I think. So we'll do that with a Impish Nature, yeah. And I think that's all the EVs used up. So that's going to just give us a little bit more speed, and which means we're outspeeding a few more walls. So Sub Protect is going to work really, really well on top of that. So we've got a physical wall, we've got a special wall. We now need to have a look at offensive threats, namely our Scarfer. So one Pokemon I think that would work really well, which Flashfire is a huge, huge fan of, and just gets me absolutely terrified. I don't even know I'm writing that. Is Staraptor, which I'm yet to use on a session, and I've heard Choice Scarf Staraptor is absolutely incredible, and facing it is, yeah, absolutely terrifying as well. For some reason my caps lock is on, because we can go for a Reckless set here. Brave Bird, Close Combat. Close Combat, Double Edge, I think it gets. Yeah, Double Edge and U-Turn. Because the only thing that really stops this is Skarmory is probably the #1 stop, but then we have the Magnezone. So it's actually, Magnezone is then going to put in really, really good amount of work, because it's going to help both our sweepers here go through. Oh, slash Revenge Killer. I don't know what you would really call it. I guess it's more likely a Revenge Killer. It's a bit of a wall breaker as well, to be honest, because it's absolutely disgusting. And I'm quite happy with that. We can just put the last 4 in Special Defense. Now, we kind of want something, a last thing that's going to work well with the team. I'm kind of feeling Alakazam. Sash Zam would work quite well. Actually, would it? Let's see. So what sort of weaknesses have we got? This is the point where this last Pokemon's always a really tricky thing to go for. So we have 2 electric weaknesses, but 2 resists. So that's not a problem. Psychic weakness there. Steel and poison weakness and dragon, but we got a Magnezone for that. Gliscor can take all of those fine. Maybe more like a physical water is a problem. So maybe I don't really want to go for a Ferrothorn, but I could see Ferrothorn working really, really well. Maybe a Breloom. I'm really tempted by Breloom, actually, because I'm a big... This is one of the first Pokemon... well, this was a Pokemon I used in my first ever session, if you guys have ever seen that, where I had one with Technician, and it was Sash with Mac Punch, Spore, Mac Punch, Spore, Rock Tomb, because I used it. This is going to sound utterly stupid, but I used this as my Talonflame counter. Because it was sashed, so you could take a hit, and you could KO back with the Rock Tomb. So Mac Punch, Spore, Rock Tomb, and what was the other move I had? Seed Bomb? No. I can't even remember what I had. It wasn't Drain Punch. Mac Punch, Spore, Rock Tomb. I don't even think I have that team anymore. I must have it somewhere. Here it is. Let's see. Rock Tomb, Mac Punch, Spore, Bullet Seed. Okay. So, yeah. So if you guys haven't seen that session, do check it out if you want to. If you want to see my first ever sort of commentary videos for Pokemon, I must admit my commentary is not great for those, but so we're gonna go for Bullet Seed. Yeah, now I remember. Now it's all coming back, because you can go 252, 252, Jolly, and this thing just messes with walls as well. So I think that's gonna be really useful. We can go for 4 in special defense, just to tidy that up a little bit. And I think the team is pretty much good to go. I mean, we've got, let's see, so we've got 4 offensive threats, but 2 special threats, and to be honest, the Gliscor isn't really that physically threatening. So I'm quite happy with the team so far. We have got a bit of an ice weakness. That's the only thing I can see. But then we have got the Tentacruel and also the Magnezone for that. So I don't think it's too bad. But if you guys could let me know what you think of the team, how you think I should improve it, I would really, really appreciate that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys at our next one. Macadii out.